Something important may be happening inside your brain tonight, and most people over 60 never realize it. Many older adults believe memory changes are simply part of getting older. You forget a name for a moment, a word disappears in the middle of a sentence, you walk into a room and suddenly can't remember why you came there. It's easy to assume this is just the natural course of aging, but there's another possibility that many people never hear about. In many cases, the brain isn't failing. It's simply missing the nutrients it needs during the most important time for memory, the hours when you are asleep. Every night while you sleep, your brain performs a remarkable process. It sorts through the experiences of your day, deciding what information to keep and what information to discard. Names, conversations, details, memories, they are all processed during sleep. Scientists often refer to this process as memory consolidation, and the quality of that process can be strongly influenced by what your body receives in the hours before bedtime. Think of it this way. During the day, your brain collects information, but during the night, it organizes that information and stores it where you can find it later. When the brain doesn't have the nutrients it needs for this work, those memories may not be stored as efficiently. This is one reason some people notice that recalling names, words, or events becomes more difficult over time. But here's the encouraging part. Certain foods contain nutrients that help support the brain's nighttime processes. These foods provide minerals, antioxidants, and compounds that help protect brain cells, support communication between neurons, and assist the brain while it performs its overnight maintenance. Today, we're going to explore 7 foods that many researchers associate with supporting memory and brain health in older adults. We'll move step by step, starting with helpful foods and ending with one that scientists have studied extensively for its unique effects on the brain. But before we begin, I'm curious about something. Where are you watching from today? And have you noticed small changes in memory over the past few years? Maybe forgetting names, appointments, or where you placed something? If so, you're not alone. Feel free to share your city or country and your experience in the comments below. Many people watching these videos are going through the same thing, and sharing experiences helps build a community around healthy aging. Now let's begin with the first food on our list. Food number 7, pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds may seem like a simple snack, but nutritionally they are extremely rich in minerals that the brain relies on. One of the most important minerals in pumpkin seeds is magnesium. Magnesium plays a role in many processes throughout the body, but inside the brain it contributes to the way neurons communicate with one another. Communication between neurons is how memories are formed and retrieved. When magnesium levels are supported, these connections tend to function more smoothly. Pumpkin seeds also contain zinc, iron, and copper, minerals that contribute to healthy nerve signaling and overall brain function. Some research studies have found that adults with higher magnesium intake often perform better on cognitive and memory assessments compared with those who consume very little. Pumpkin seeds are also easy to include in a daily routine. A small handful in the evening provides a steady supply of minerals that the body can gradually use overnight. Many people prefer eating them plain and chewing them slowly, which helps break down the seed structure and allows minerals to be released more efficiently during digestion. They can be eaten on their own or added to yogurt, oatmeal, or salads. It's a simple food, but sometimes the simplest foods contain the nutrients the brain has quietly been asking for. Food number 6, walnuts. Next on the list is a food that people often recognize immediately, walnuts. If you look closely, walnuts even resemble the shape of the brain. While that may be coincidence, the nutrients inside walnuts are certainly valuable for brain health. Walnuts are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, particularly a plant-based omega-3 called alpha-linolenic acid. Omega-3 fats are important structural components of brain cells. In fact, the brain is composed largely of fat, and certain fatty acids help maintain the flexibility and integrity of neuronal membranes. Walnuts also contain polyphenols and antioxidants that help protect brain cells from oxidative stress. Oxidative stress occurs when cells are exposed to damaging molecules that accumulate over time. Antioxidants help neutralize those molecules, helping maintain a healthier environment for neurons. Several long-term nutrition studies have observed that people who regularly eat walnuts often perform better on cognitive assessments and memory tasks. For an evening routine, 4 to 6 walnuts is typically enough to provide beneficial nutrients. One important detail many people overlook is the thin brown skin inside the walnut. That slightly bitter layer actually contains a high concentration of antioxidants. Leaving it intact ensures you receive the full benefit of the nut. Food number 5, tart cherries. Next on the list is a fruit that many people associate only with desserts, tart cherries. But nutritionally, these small fruits contain compounds that have attracted attention in brain health research. Tart cherries contain high levels of anthocyanins, natural plant compounds that act as antioxidants inside the body. Antioxidants help protect cells from oxidative stress, something that becomes increasingly important as the brain ages. But tart cherries offer another interesting benefit. They naturally contain melatonin, a compound involved in regulating the sleep cycle. And sleep plays an extremely important role in memory. During certain stages of sleep, the brain strengthens neural connections related to learning and memory formation. When sleep quality improves, memory processing often improves as well. Some studies observing older adults found that regular tart cherry consumption was associated with improvements in sleep quality and reductions in inflammatory markers. Better sleep combined with antioxidant support creates conditions that may help the brain function more efficiently. Dried tart cherries or unsweetened tart cherry juice are the most common options. A small handful of dried cherries or a small glass of juice in the evening can provide these beneficial compounds. Many people find that when tart cherries become part of their routine, they sleep more comfortably and feel mentally clearer the following day. Food number 4, almonds. Now let's talk about another simple food that provides powerful nutrients for the brain, almonds. Almonds are particularly rich in vitamin E. Vitamin E is a fat-soluble antioxidant that helps protect cell membranes from oxidative damage. Because brain cells contain large amounts of fatty tissue, protecting these membranes is extremely important for long-term brain health. Research following older adults for several years found that people with higher vitamin E intake often experienced slower rates of cognitive decline compared with those who consumed very little. Vitamin E helps support the structural integrity of neurons, allowing them to communicate more effectively with one another. Another interesting process occurs during sleep. While you sleep, the brain activates a system sometimes referred to as the brain's cleaning cycle. During this process, metabolic waste products that accumulate throughout the day are flushed from brain tissue. This process helps maintain a healthier environment for neurons. Antioxidants like vitamin E can help support this natural overnight process. For an evening snack, 8 to 10 almonds provide a meaningful amount of vitamin E. Some people prefer soaking almonds in water for several hours before eating them. Soaking softens the outer skin and may help improve digestion and nutrient absorption. Raw almonds tend to provide the most nutrients compared with heavily roasted or sweetened varieties. A story many people can relate to. Let me share something that many older adults have experienced. A woman once described how she began noticing small changes in her memory. Nothing dramatic, just small moments. Forgetting a name she normally remembered instantly, walking into a room and pausing for a moment before remembering why she came there, misplacing items she had just set down. These experiences can feel unsettling, but after learning more about how nutrition influences brain health, she decided to make a few simple changes. She began incorporating foods rich in antioxidants, healthy fats, and minerals into her daily routine. Within a few weeks, she noticed something encouraging. Her thinking felt clearer, conversations flowed more naturally again, and the small moments of forgetfulness that had worried her became less frequent. The most important thing she changed wasn't a single food, it was consistency, providing her brain with supportive nutrients day after day. Next, we're moving into the top 3 foods on this list, and the next one has become especially interesting to researchers studying how nutrition may influence brain function. It's something many people enjoy already, but the type of chocolate matters. Let's talk about dark chocolate. Food number 3, dark chocolate. Now we're entering the top 3 foods on this list, and the next one may surprise you. dark chocolate. But before you celebrate, it's important to understand that not all chocolate provides the same benefits. The compound researchers are most interested in is found in cacao, specifically in dark chocolate that contains a high percentage of cocoa. This compound is a group of plant nutrients called flavonoids. Flavonoids are known for their ability to support circulation and protect cells from oxidative stress. Inside the brain, these compounds may help support blood flow to areas responsible for learning and memory. One of the regions that benefits most from healthy circulation is the hippocampus. The hippocampus plays a central role in forming new memories. Several studies examining cocoa flavonoids have observed improvements in cognitive performance among adults who regularly consumed high flavonoid cocoa products. Participants often showed improvements in memory tests and mental processing speed. Researchers believe this may be related to increased blood flow and improved communication between neurons. Dark chocolate also appears to support the production of certain brain-supporting compounds involved in neuronal growth and connectivity. But the type of chocolate matters. Milk chocolate and highly processed sweets contain very little cacao. For nutritional benefits, dark chocolate containing 70% cacao or higher is typically recommended. A small piece in the evening, slowly eaten and enjoyed, can provide these beneficial compounds. And because dark chocolate contains healthy fats, some of these nutrients may be absorbed efficiently by the body. It's a simple treat that may also support brain health when chosen carefully. Food number 2, kiwi. The next food surprises many people when they first learn about it: kiwi fruit. Kiwi is one of the most nutrient-dense fruits available. It contains large amounts of vitamin C, as well as folate and several plant compounds that support overall health. But kiwi also has something else that makes it interesting for evening consumption. It contains compounds that may help support serotonin balance. Serotonin is involved in regulating mood, but it also plays a role in sleep cycles, and sleep is closely connected with memory processing. During certain phases of sleep, particularly REM sleep, the brain strengthens neural connections related to learning and memory. When sleep quality improves, the brain often performs this process more efficiently. Some research studies observing adults who consumed kiwi in the evening reported improvements in sleep quality and duration. Participants fell asleep faster and experienced longer periods of uninterrupted sleep. Improved sleep creates an environment where the brain can perform its nighttime memory consolidation more effectively. For many people, eating 1 or 2 ripe kiwis about an hour before bedtime becomes an easy addition to an evening routine. Chewing them slowly rather than blending them helps engage digestion and signals the body that it is preparing for rest. Small habits like this can support better sleep, and better sleep supports memory. We've now reached the final food on this list, and this one is often the most surprising of all, because it's something almost everyone has in their kitchen, but very few people think of it as a food connected to brain health. Before we reveal it, let's quickly review what we've covered so far. Pumpkin seeds provide magnesium that supports nerve signaling. Walnuts offer omega-3 fatty acids that help maintain brain cell structure. Tart cherries supply antioxidants and support healthy sleep cycles. Almonds deliver vitamin E that protects brain cells. Dark chocolate provides flavonoids that support circulation to memory centers. Kiwi helps support sleep quality, which is essential for memory processing. And now we come to the final food, one that has been studied for its powerful compounds that interact directly with the brain. Food number 1, raw garlic. Now we come to the final food on this list, and this one may be the most surprising of all: garlic. Most people think of garlic simply as a flavor used in cooking, but inside this small clove are powerful natural compounds that scientists have studied for decades. One of the most important compounds is called allicin. Allicin forms when garlic is crushed or chewed. When the cells of the garlic clove break apart, enzymes react and create this active compound. Researchers have found that allicin may help support several processes connected to brain health. One of these processes involves the body's natural antioxidant defenses. Your brain constantly produces energy to power billions of neurons, but that activity also produces metabolic byproducts that can create oxidative stress over time. Antioxidant systems inside the body help neutralize these compounds and protect brain cells. Garlic contains compounds that help support these protective systems. Some research suggests these compounds may also support circulation and blood flow, which is essential for delivering oxygen and nutrients to brain tissue. Healthy circulation allows neurons to communicate more efficiently and maintain stronger connections. Another reason garlic has attracted attention is its potential role in supporting the brain's natural detoxification processes. During sleep, the brain activates systems that help remove waste products accumulated during the day. When antioxidant systems and circulation are supported, these overnight processes may function more efficiently. But there is an important detail that many people don't realize. The beneficial compound allicin forms only when garlic is crushed or chewed while raw. Cooking garlic changes its chemical structure and reduces the formation of this compound. For this reason, people interested in garlic's natural compounds often consume a small raw clove. Some people prefer crushing or finely chopping the clove and letting it sit for a few minutes before eating. This allows the enzymatic reaction that produces allicin to fully develop. Others mix the garlic with a small amount of olive oil or yogurt to soften the taste. A small amount is all that's needed. For many people, incorporating raw garlic occasionally into their routine provides compounds that support circulation, antioxidant activity, and overall health. A story that may sound familiar. Let me share something that many older adults can relate to. A man once described how he began noticing subtle changes in his memory. At first, it was small things: forgetting a word during a conversation, pausing for a moment while trying to recall a name, misplacing everyday objects. Nothing dramatic, but enough to make him uneasy. After learning more about nutrition and brain health, he began making small adjustments to his evening routine. He added foods rich in antioxidants, healthy fats, and minerals, and he began paying closer attention to what he consumed before sleep. Over time, he noticed something encouraging. His thoughts felt clearer, conversations flowed more easily, and the small moments of forgetfulness that had worried him became less frequent. What changed wasn't a miracle cure. It was simply giving his brain the nutrients and conditions it needed to perform its nightly work more effectively. But before we finish, there's one more important idea to understand. Because food alone isn't just about nutrients. It's about creating the environment your brain needs to maintain clarity and memory over time. Before we finish, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Your brain is one of the most active organs in your entire body. Even while you sleep, billions of neurons are working, reorganizing information, strengthening connections, and preparing you for the next day. Memory isn't just something that happens during the day. In many ways, memory is built during the night. While you sleep, your brain reviews what happened during the day. It decides what information is important enough to store and what information can be discarded. Names, conversations, events, details, they all pass through this process. And the quality of that process depends on the environment inside your brain. That environment is influenced by sleep, circulation, and the nutrients available in your bloodstream. The foods we talked about today help support those processes in different ways. Pumpkin seeds provide magnesium, a mineral that supports communication between neurons. Walnuts offer omega-3 fatty acids that help maintain the structure of brain cells. Tart cherries provide antioxidants and compounds that support healthy sleep cycles. Almonds deliver vitamin E, helping protect brain cells from oxidative stress. Dark chocolate supplies flavonoids that support circulation to memory-related areas of the brain. Kiwi contributes nutrients that may support better sleep quality, and garlic contains natural compounds that support circulation and antioxidant activity throughout the body. Each of these foods plays a slightly different role, but together they create a supportive environment for brain health. Why consistency matters. One important thing to remember is that brain health is not determined by a single meal. It's the result of consistent habits over time. Small choices repeated daily often have the greatest impact. When the brain receives supportive nutrients regularly, it can perform its nightly processes more efficiently. Many people notice that when they improve their nutrition and sleep habits, they feel more mentally clear during the day. They remember details more easily, conversations feel smoother, and their confidence returns. A simple challenge. So here's something simple you can try. Choose one of the foods we discussed today and add it to your evening routine. Maybe a small handful of walnuts, maybe a kiwi before bed, maybe a few pumpkin seeds or a piece of dark chocolate. Pay attention to how you feel over the next week. Then gradually add another. Over time, these small habits can create meaningful changes. One final thought. Many people believe that memory decline is unavoidable, but the brain is remarkably adaptable. Even later in life, neurons continue forming connections and responding to the environment around them. Supporting your brain with sleep, nutrition, and daily habits gives it the tools it needs to function at its best. And often the most powerful changes come from the simplest actions repeated consistently. If you found this video helpful, consider sharing it with someone who might also benefit from it. Many people quietly worry about their memory, but don't realize how much daily habits can influence brain health. And if you'd like more simple, science-based information about healthy aging, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Each week, we explore practical strategies that help adults over 60 support their brain, body, and overall well-being. Take care of yourself. Stay curious about your health, and remember, supporting your brain today can help protect your memories tomorrow. I'll see you in the next video.